All right, folks. Bitcoin Easter Sunday, 28,493. Not too bad. We're on a little bit of a pump. Got Cardano back up to almost to 40 cents. Dogecoin 8.5 cents. Litecoin $91. Actually, Litecoin was just at $88 this morning. I should have picked up some more, but I did not. I was thinking we might go down to like 85, and we didn't. And we got Theta at 106. Want to do a quick video today, just kind of talking about, over the last year in crypto, a lot of influencers, as you guys know. And I would say the two biggest influencers everybody's been following, they've become extremely respected in the space. Richard Heart, who really did call the top, and he's been kind of spot on. I do love Richard Heart. I do love Hex. But he was calling for a $10,000 Bitcoin. A lot of people were waiting on that $10,000 Bitcoin. I know a few people who were. I almost got persuaded into waiting for a $10,000 Bitcoin myself, just because he's been spot on. But I just didn't think, once we got down to 15, 16, 17,000, I just didn't think it was really going to come.
To say for the record that on the last appearance here, I said that Bitcoin was going down to 10K. So far, it's only dropped 75%, 10% shy of my 85% target. The price was 65K at that top. Now the price has been down to 17,600.
You must have went back in. Okay, let's revisit that call, and then we'll talk about the future. Now, you must have back then. We spoke.
I thought we were low enough, but respected guys in space, Richard Heart, and even more respected, Gareth Soloway. As we all know, Gareth Soloway.
Place to turn. In a recent interview, financial analyst
Gareth Soloway talking about an $8,000, $10,000 Bitcoin. He's been talking about it all year. I personally know people who are waiting for that $8,000 Bitcoin. And of course, now Bitcoin is up to $28,000. So clearly, the odds of us going down to $12,000, $8,000 Bitcoin are absolutely minuscule at this point. Sure, it could happen. This is crypto, but we got less than a year to the halvening. And my point is, I'd probably say over the last year, Gareth Soloway is probably one of the biggest traders, biggest influencers. People love him. I like him. I respect him. I play his clips because he did call the top to a point, and he does the Crypto Banter show. He's on BitBoy. Everybody loves him. He sells a trading course. The guy's made millions and millions of dollars off of his calls, off his interviews, selling a course. And it just goes to show, folks.
Financial analyst Gareth Soloway predicted that the worst case scenario for Bitcoin would be a drop to $3,500. According to Soloway, the fact that the cryptocurrency markets have never been through a recession is why Bitcoin might reach $3,500. Following the financial crisis of 2008, the markets have been relatively stable.
He really doesn't know what he's talking about. I just had somebody on my comments talking about Gareth Soloway and how great he is. And Gareth Soloway is great. He's a good trader. He can read those charts, probably better than most people. But when it comes to Bitcoin, charts don't matter. I've been saying that for a long time. Bitcoin's going to do what it wants to do. It's based off those 4-year cycles. So Gareth Soloway was nibbling. He said he's going to start nibbling on Bitcoin and altcoins at under $15,000. That means, so far, Gareth Soloway has nibbled. What does that mean? I guess he just bought a little bit. Meanwhile, people following my channel and other people's channels, we've been heavy. I'm 80% in. I've been 80% in the market since $17,000, $15,000. I've been buying Cardano. I've been putting whole paychecks into Cardano since 25 cents. I've been loading Theta, Bitcoin, everything. So it goes to show the Bitcoin market never goes down as much as people think it's going to go down. This bull market or this bear market, Gareth Soloway is the guy. He's the guy everybody is listening to. Everybody loves Gareth Soloway. Unfortunately, he probably won't be the guy in a couple years, because every cycle there's a new guy, charlatan, guy cashing in on his cause. And I'm not disparaging Gareth Soloway. He knows what he's talking about. He's a good trader. If you trade crypto with Gareth Soloway, you're in and out. You might be able to have some fun and make some money. He's not a scammer or anything like that. But my point is, he did not call the bottom. He did not call the bottom, because when he really, When Bitcoin was $15,000, he was calling for an $8,000 Bitcoin. Folks, that's the dumb money. That's a dumb money call. So it goes to show the people everybody are following, the people everybody are getting behind. It happens every cycle. Last cycle it was like Plan B. You guys remember Plan B? He was calling for something crazy. Then Richard Hart, and now you have Gareth Soloway. All guys who I respect. I love Richard Hart. I have a ton of Hex. I think Richard Hart's great for the space. And he did call the top. But it goes to show, when all the sheep are following Gareth Soloway, and all the sheep are following Richard Hart, and all the sheep are following Plan B, it's going to end badly for you. That's why on this channel, we've been heavily accumulating Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies ever since 15,000. Well, we've been buying ever since under 20,000, 25,000. We've been buying our Theta and our Cardano. Ever since under 50 cents, we've been heavily accumulating Theta. And of course, when Cardano was at the 23 cents, 25 cents, you guys come watch my videos. I was begging people to buy. Now, this doesn't mean we're not going to dump back down, but I don't think Bitcoin's dumping back down to $15,000. I would bet $100,000 that Bitcoin's probably not going to go down to $8,000. For Bitcoin to go to $8,000, you would have to have a catastrophe, and we have less than a year, less of the happening. So this video isn't about disparaging all these people. You know, nobody's a prophet teller. But here's Data Dash, another guy who gets a lot of views, 500,000 subscribers. Look at all these videos, just talking about how I've been talking about this guy for a while. Every video ever since 15,000, how Bitcoin's gone down to $8,000. Every video, like bearish, 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 bearish. And I made the video the other day. It doesn't take a lot of qualifications to be a Bitcoin YouTuber or to make predictions, but for whatever reason, some of these guys, like Gareth Soloway, I like him, but he got a giant following, I guess, off calling the top. You know, he said we're going to dump after 65,000, and we dumped after 67,000. And he made millions of dollars off calling for an $8,000 Bitcoin. Same with Richard Hart. He's just bragging. You know, Richard Hart has not been doing YouTube videos ever since Bitcoin's been going back up to $28,000. I love Richard Hart, but remember, folks, when Bitcoin was $15,000, $20,000, Richard Hart was doing interviews every day. He was going on the Fresh and Fit podcast. He's talking to everybody. Hey, Bitcoin's going down to $8,000. Oh, well, I called it. I called the top, and I told you guys Bitcoin's going down to $8,000. Now Bitcoin's $28,000. You don't even hear from him anymore. But he's gone. When's the last time Richard Hart made a video? When's the last time he did an interview? It's been months, or it's been a month. So my point is, a lot of these people, it's all a guess. So for Richard Hart, I think he said we're going down to $10,000 Bitcoin. Okay, we went down to 15. He's still pretty close. There's nothing wrong with Richard Hart's prediction. Like I said, Richard Hart, you know, he's not a scammer. Gareth Soloway, not a scammer. These guys definitely have a good gauge on the market. But when you put all your Easter eggs in one basket, and that's why I'm going to label this video, when you put all your Easter eggs in one basket, you end up looking like a fucking idiot. Richard Hart looks like a fucking idiot now because he was just, we're going down to 10K guaranteed. And that's probably why he's not doing videos. Gareth Soloway, he lost all credibility in my book. When we were at 15,000, 20,000, he's talking about going down to 8,000. Look, if you followed Gareth Soloway, you nibbled at 15,000. But on this channel, we went in 80%. You see the difference? I hope you guys can kind of see the difference as what's going on here. If I was nibbling at 15,000, I'd have nothing right now. My portfolio has doubled since 15,000. So my point is, just because somebody has a lot of views, just because BitBoy talks to them or Crypto Banter or whatever, just because they have a large following doesn't mean they know what the fuck they're talking about. And Gareth Soloway does know what he's talking about, but he stuck to it. He stuck to that $8,000 Bitcoin, and it just doesn't look like we're going to get it. Now, maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe next month we'll drop down to 8,000. Maybe, I don't know, war, recession, anything can happen in this world. But it's not looking too promising, and I do believe that next cycle, going into the bull market, going into the bear market, you won't be hearing from Gareth Soloway anymore. You won't be hearing from guys like Richard Hart making price predictions because every 2-3 years, it's somebody different making a price prediction. Like I said, last cycle was Plan B, and there were other traders making price predictions, like Supoman. Like it just changes because Gareth Soloway had a few right calls, people latch on to him. then they're wrong. They're wrong big. Look, telling people we're going down to $8,000 and then we go from 15 to 28, that's wrong, folks. That's as wrong as you can get. Nice guy. He's not a scammer. Nothing wrong with him, but he sells a $200 a month course. That's how he makes all his money. Buddy of mine I work with, $150. He spends $150 every month for Gareth Soloway's course. He traded Luna to zero, UST to zero. A lot of bad calls here. But the biggest call we need to point out is calling for an $8,000 Bitcoin. We're less than a year away from the halving, and we're almost at $30,000 Bitcoin. So don't put all your, this video is just basically about don't put all your Easter eggs in one basket. Nobody knows exactly what they're talking about, but most people are trying to sell you a course. They're trying to sell you a hope and a dream. For me, I'm just following the 4-year cycles. I was going in heavy at 15,000. We could have gone down to 10,000. I didn't know, but it didn't matter because what's the difference between $10,000 and $15,000 Bitcoin? Or what's the difference between buying a 30-cent Cardano, a 25-cent Cardano, or a 15-cent Cardano? In the end, you're still going to make a ton of money. But like I said, a guy like Gareth Soloway, he's talking about he was nibbling at 15,000. Then he's been trading in and out. He's been shorting at $25,000. Then we go up to $29,000. Folks, this is why. Gareth Soloway should be the example of why it's not worth trading in crypto. You pay 50% in taxes. It's stressful as hell. And now you're getting stopped out every freaking minute and losing all your money. Everybody who made a lot of money in crypto, they're not traders. I don't know one person who's a multimillionaire off traders. You make money in crypto buying in the bear market, selling in a bull market. It's so easy a monkey could do it, but people don't have the patience and people don't have the balls to buy and hold. They can't take it, so they just like to trade in and out. Oh, it makes me feel better. Oh, I'm gonna sell my coins right now, then I'll buy back in when they go later. Versus just buying more, and selling in the bull market. People can't do it because they're pussies. They don't have it. They don't have the balls to do it. So they trade in and out. They listen to guys like Gareth Soloway. They pay him $150 for his course. And this is a capitalist market. That's fine. If he wants to sell a course, that's fine. Like I said, I don't have a problem with it. Gareth Soloway can do whatever he wants to do, and he does give good advice, and you will learn trading and TA and charts and all that good stuff. But that stuff doesn't matter for crypto because crypto is news-driven, and it goes off the 4-year cycles. There's no way tomorrow we know what the news is going to be. If the dollar index goes up, crypto goes up. I mean, crypto goes down. Like it's all news driven. If Coinbase gets sued tomorrow, then Bitcoin goes down. Nobody can predict the future, but we know there's 4-year cycles. The Bitcoin supply gets cut, and when supply gets cut, price goes up. We're less than a year from the halving, and a lot of these guys, I'm going to go out on a limb and say it because it looks like they were wrong. Gareth Soloway was wrong. Richard Hart was wrong. Data Dash was wrong. I can just go down the list of all the big guys who were wrong. So this video, don't put all your Easter eggs in one basket because that's how you get screwed. Like